more deals, but your current sphere is not big enough. What are you going to do? Well, you need to make new friends. So the best way to do that is through cold calling. I use RedX to call expireds, for sale by owners, for rent by owners, circle prospect, and you can too. Go to theredx.com/fight club and get your setup fee waived. I am here with Aubrey Ballinger of eXp Realty in Cincinnati. Hello, Aubrey.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful today.
Excellent. So we are going to talk about, so if people watched your video, how long ago did we record that video on hiring a transaction coordinator? Like a year?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
And then Aubrey fashion, all good Aubreys, take it one step further. And you went and not only hired a transaction coordinator, but now you've had a virtual assistant for a week.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talk to us about how, first, I want to learn some lessons learned, but before we learn that, why did you decide to go with a virtual assistant versus a, what's it? Non-virtual? What's it? In person?
Or just like an in-person assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have thought about, so you have the transaction coordinator, and then you realize that there's still so many other things that have to be done. You know, we have like our marketing, prospecting, networking,
Social media.
appointments, that social media, your appointments that you have to go on, the prep work for the appointments. Like there's so many things, and you hear it over and over again that you're just one person, but yet you do all of these jobs.
Right.
So yeah, what was the question again? I was getting
why did you do a virtual assistant versus an in real life assistant?
So part of it is financial, and also being afraid to be responsible for pulling in enough income to pay that person and support yourself. On like just having them on staff all the time.
But I think you also looked at like what the duties were going to be.
Yes. Versus for a virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And based on what you needed done.
Yeah, I did. I talked to them for the virtual, and then one of the deciding factors that did help is they go over a list of things that you need done that you don't even think of in a sense. And then they already train them how to do it. And it just, going virtual seemed to lessen the burden. And it also depends on what company you go with, but it lessened the burden of training that person.
You had more help. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like you have a trainer for somebody who you're trying to train because they already sort of know like some of the systems.
Right.
So that was just a huge relief to me.
Yeah. And which company did you go with?
I ended up going with CyberBacker. So I looked at a few of them. And one of the things that I did like about CyberBacker is they help with donations to the community that they're in. So at the same time, they are a little bit more. But I also wanted to get into like giving back somehow. And you don't know why. I'm like, well, this kind of kills two birds with one stone. So it helped out a lot. And then I just liked their onboarding processes of their cyberbackers.
Yeah, we like them too. We have 2 cyberbackers. Okay, so lessons learned week 1, because it took you a while to get to here. So you had the transaction coordinator and you were like, this is the best thing ever. People have got to watch those videos because we did too. Yes. And now lead us up to the decision where you pulled the trigger and then take us to what you've learned.
So yes, I had the transaction coordinator for a year. And then I still realized I was stressed and I didn't have my life. I wasn't me. And I don't know, just compounded over the year. And one day I was actually looking out of my window into my backyard, and my background is in horticulture. And I love growing things. I want a garden. And I looked out there and I was like, if I continue doing the things that I'm doing, I'm never going to get to do the things that make me happy, that fulfill me in that way, and have a separation from work and personal life and get that balance. And I just looked out one day, and I know you and I had been talking about it, and I went to a conference where they had talked about virtual assistants, and I came back and I remember calling you like, I'm doing it.
That is what
And then,
happened.
so the funny thing though is the day that I even made that decision, I didn't know what the process was going to be like to get them on. But the day I made the decision that I was going to offload some of the work, I went out and bought a kayak.
Oh, nice. That's
Like,
your
they
favorite.
hadn't even they hadn't even started yet. Just the idea of letting somebody else handle stuff just gave me such a sense of like calmness and getting a part of my life back.
I mean, the reality is most people are doing a lot of these little things, like you mentioned, like social media, doing some admin tasks that they could pay somebody a lot less per hour, but they're doing it because one, they don't run their business like a business. So they do not know their dollar per hour when they're doing productive tasks.
Yeah.
And two, I always hear, well, I have to do it because I'm a control freak. Did that stuff enter? I mean, how did that play into you?
I think in the beginning, actually, my thought is it's conditioning of what we're told we need to do.
Right. Let's
Like,
change
as
the
a,
narrative, Aubrey.
I am done with that.
Yes.
I want to be able to work smarter. I do work hard, but there's things that you don't have to work as hard on. You know what I mean? Like, work smarter, not harder. But that doesn't take away the fact that we still work hard for our clients. So it's like I
Yeah.
wanted to have more time in order to do that instead of all this other stuff where it's like now when I go on appointments, I'm present.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Be- Before I'd be like, okay, like you're talking too
Hurry
much.
up.
Can you just like sign these papers? Like I got all this other stuff to do. So,
That's actually really interesting. So it's like you're saying that before that you had this whole long list of things to do. And so when you were doing the things that are the most valuable, that make you the most money, you actually weren't doing them at your highest level, right?
no,
And so
no, not at
now
all.
that you are,
Hmm.
that's great. I bet your clients
Yeah.
appreciate it. I bet you're getting more yeses.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a week. So
You
that
will.
feeling is a new feeling. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I will. Another benefit that I have seen is like going out and networking and just being more calm,
Mm,
or like my brain isn't as like busy, you know, and I know other people say like I'm not busy, I'm more productive.
yeah.
And then even with family and friends, you know, when I'm there, I can just be there knowing that stuff is getting done.
Right. And it's getting done regardless. So this is like the thing about having a virtual assistant is the consistency of the tasks that you've
Mhm.
had to have them do. So like if they're doing social media, the consistency of the postings. And so like
Correct.
that's huge because that's what it builds
Hmm.
the business, right? And then if you're
Correct.
present, when you're present on the activities that you're doing, your intensity of the activity in the
Hmm.
activity amps up, which makes
Yes.
your result more in line with what you're looking for.
Yes.
You're
Like
not
it is
thinking about
open.
other things.
Yeah. And me not thinking about all of the other things that I have to do has led me to be able to open up my mind and be more creative and give better direction to the virtual assistant. Like, and then think of better processes. Like, okay, this is what I said, but actually I've realized that there's a better way, where before it's just get it done. I don't care how it's done, just
Right.
get it done. And now it's like thinking of more efficient ways to do things, and that opens up more time for them to then do other
It'll
things for
probably
you.
too, you'll probably begin to see that you'll get more creative in solving your clients' problems too, just like you're
Yeah.
doing for your own, right? And it's like,
Hmm.
okay, if a
Yeah.
client needs a house or we're having trouble selling this house or whatever it is, right? Like how
Yeah.
you'll get more creative about that because you're exactly right. Like your brain is, it's not
Hmm.
so garbled with stuff that needs to be done, but doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but it matters at a much lower level than serving your
Yeah.
clients.
Correct. Yeah, it's just weird. It's been, well, no, I think now I'm at like 2 full weeks, starting on the
Okay.
third week, and just the level of calmness
That's
and
good.
like it doesn't have to be perfect right now. Her and I will perfect it and we'll get through it. And I mean, it's a little bumpy in the beginning, but
Sure,
the 2
everything
weeks
is.
and yeah. So no, it's working out really good right now.
What is your
So
advice for people that are nervous about having any assistant period and maybe especially nervous about having one that's virtual?
I would say just interview the different companies, find out about their training processes.
Mhm.
If you're good with training people, you might be able to save money. I don't know. I'm not. So that's why I picked CyberBacker. I would just say write a list of everything that every single hat you wear. Well, actually find out how much you want to end up making net.
Right.
What does that equal out to an hourly rate? And
Yeah.
what are you doing? That's a $10 an hour job.
Right. Or less
That
than,
doesn't make it.
yeah, because when you're focused on doing your activities that lead to contracts, depending on your
Mhm.
price point, you're at least $300 an hour. So then it's not even $10. What are you doing that you can pay somebody less than $300 an hour to do?
Most of it.
Exactly. Well, Aubrey, if people have a referral for you in Cincinnati, or they want to just have a question for you about your experience, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can just text me. That's the easiest because I can leave them unread and get to them.
Her 6,000
Yeah.
texts. Yes.
Yes. It's 513-904-8526.
Awesome. Thanks, Aubrey.
You're welcome.
Hi guys, Monica Weekly here. You know how you're supposed to post about real estate every single day on Facebook? Yes, you do. And the reason is if we don't remind our Facebook friends what we do for a living and how we help people, they will forget about it. We know it's our job to inform, educate, and demonstrate what we do for a living. Well, I'm coaching agents all around the country, and they understand that, but they're not doing it. And I ask them, why aren't you doing it? Probably just like you. And they said, Monica, we don't know what to post. Can we just borrow your stuff? Because I love creating Facebook posts. And these can often be used over on Instagram as well. So I said yes, and people were borrowing my stuff. So I created finally a product that you can sign up for free. It is free, guys. There is no reason for you not to sign up for this. It's ghostposter.com, GHOSTPOSTR, no E in there, just TR.com. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a Facebook posting idea to your email every single day. So not only do you have this great idea, but you've been reminded, oh yeah, I need to post. And that's Monday through Friday. And if you don't love the post or you think, gosh, I'd like something else, well, you're also going to get access to a library of over 600 different posts for you to choose from by category. You're going to love it. Go sign up, ghostposter.com. Don't waste a minute. And then be sure to join the private Facebook group. All right, I'll see you in there.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.